Good morning, believers. It's your brother, J.D. Nija. Word of Truth with J.D. Nija. Bolsa Chica State Beach with the lifeguard with J.D. Nija. Good morning. Today is what the pagans call Easter Sunday. So being that it's such a confused pagan situation, I opened to the Lord had me open to part of the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew. And this is where Yahawashi basically is telling people how the hell to act. Time to grow up. Time to grow up. There's a lot of things on my mind today for sure. The message last night, I know, was a little convoluted. I was trying to get a point across about the same thing that I'm going to bring up today. We're in a very deceptive, evil kingdom right now, and you can look at the that shooting in New York City, that Frank, what's his name? Frank something Jr., the guy that threw the smoke bombs. Forget his name. My recall these days is sometimes off, but you know who I'm talking about. And before I get started, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahawashi, Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash. All praises to the Heavenly Father, the only begotten Son, and the Ruach, or the Holy Spirit, Rakakwadash in the Paleo-Hebrew, which I prefer, Yahweh, Yahawashi, Yahshua, Jesus Christ to some, Jesus Christos to our southern brothers, Yeshua, Joshua, Yahshua is our deliverer, our Savior, so on and so forth. The same triune Spirit that's given us this spiritual teachings through the Bible. Same Spirit, different names. People call them different things. You'll when you see him, you won't be able to deny who it is. So whatever you call him, you better hope that he likes that name. So this one keeps coming up for me because these are hard lessons. These are the ones that Yahawashi said, man, this is the way I want it. And some of them are really hard to abide by because we've been taught to have this. Good morning, by the way. New subscribers, new listeners, I'm J.D. Nija. I do a Bible teaching every morning. Usually long, drawn-out treatises on different parts of the Bible. A lot of prophecy, a lot of mixed in with current events. But this the Sermon on the Mount talks about this wickedness that we see coming, and why we shouldn't be telling oaths, and why our yes should be yes and our no, no. And I was watching, I don't know if any of you watch New Breed. It used to be New Breed till the end of the world. Now it's New Breed something. But I don't watch him as much because he's monetized now, and I don't like breaking up the messages with advertisement. It's like, all right already. And he's really good, but the advertisement gets me distressed a little bit. But anyway, I was listening to him this morning, and he's very engaging, smart, and has just an edge of street vibe that most people can relate to, whether you're whatever cultural framework you come from. So he is a Negro guy, but he's hip, he's cool. But he was talking about that, I can't remember his name, Frank Faker Jr., the guy that supposedly shot up the train, and he was going through some of the news clips and some of the stuff that they said, and the one thing that really caught my attention and made me think was, I mean, we can tell it's fake, but the thing is, a lot of people can't tell. They can't tell that was all theater. The cameras don't work. The people that they interview are so dramatic and so, but they're trying to get their 15 minutes of fame or whatever, and they probably get paid to do these things. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know how they pull this shit off. It's craziness. But the one thing that he brought up was the gun. The newscaster said they found the weapon, and authorities think that the weapon jammed. And Newbreed said, "Are you kidding me? If the authorities pick up a weapon at a crime scene, most police, detectives, people that handle firearms, they can tell when a bullet has jammed in the barrel or in the magazine. And for them to say it may have jammed, what the? That's what he did. It blows your head up. It's like, what? How stupid do they think we are? So anyway, that's just the stuff that we're up against. The amount of lies and deception are insane. So I've been married twice, and the Lord talks about marriage here in Matthew 5:32. And listen to what he says. But I say unto you that whoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, and in this case the word fornication means sexual immorality. Fornication a lot of times in the Bible means bowing to other gods. You're fornicating with idols. You're believing in Buddha. You're believing in... It's a twofold truth. Fornication is sexual immorality, but also a lot of times the word in the Greek and in the Septuagint spoke of being having infidelity towards Yahweh power. And so in this case it's talking about a woman that is having sex with other men. And it says that whoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, sexual immorality, causes her to commit adultery, and whosoever shall marry her that is divorced commits adultery. So, you can't marry someone who's been divorced, is what he's saying. So I think he's also, the point he's making here is that you don't have to be, especially if you divorce someone who wasn't committing adultery, you're making her to go commit adultery because she's gonna go look for another man, especially in these times. Women needed another man. So if you're divorcing her for any other reason than she's already has a man, then you're making a big mistake. That means you're not being true to your wife, right? So that's just one of those things that you got to think about when you're, because the thing that happened to me is, I also was, fornicating, at a very young age with people other than my wife. And then in my later marriage, the same thing happened, and it was working on both sides, and there wasn't any reconciliation to that, and it became divorce. I would have preferred to stay married, especially to my second wife. But the point I'm trying to make is, we as men weren't taught well enough in this society that it's not proper to promise yourself and make an oath to someone and then break it. And right after this, right after this passage, the next passage is teaching on oaths. So now it's clearer to me, and these are hard things because we're not used to being truthful and honest in this society. And I told both my wives I prefer that they not leave, but they both had attached themselves to other men, and at that point, I could have forgiven them, and we could have moved on if that's what they would have asked for, but they didn't ask for that, so I put them both away. And haven't been married since, and that's neither here nor there. But there's things to think about in Matthew 5:32 about how you handle your marriages, man, and your women, how you deal with them. Teaching on oaths, Matthew 5:33, and it reads again. This is all Yahawashi. This whole thing is red letter. This is his blood. He's speaking the bloody truth, people. The bloody truth. Again, you have heard that it has been said by them of old time, thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto the Lord your oaths. If you promise to do it before the Lord, and you're saying, this is what I want, Lord, and he gives that to you, and you make a pact, a covenant, he wants you to follow through with him on that oath, regardless of what happens out here in this whack world we live in. I was surprised no one hit on the this world is whack videos. What does that tell you? That people don't think this world is whack. That's a scary thing. This place is pretty whack. The Frank the Frank Faker Jr. shit and some of this propaganda we're getting from the news is just but I say unto you, swear not at all, verse 34 of Matthew 5, but I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it's God's throne, when we think of him coming in the clouds, that's where his power is. He has those heavenly hosts, those so-called UFOs, that chariots that are around about the throne. And when we see him coming in power and glory, we're gonna realize the heavens are his throne, because every eye will see him. His throne is gonna be over the whole earth, nor by the earth. Verse 25, for it is his footstool. How many round footstools do you see? What's a footstool look like? Has 4 legs and a flat top, so that when you put your feet on it, you can rest your feet because it's sturdy, it's stable, it's firm. These are the verses that people can't put 1 and 3 together to equal 4. A 3-legged footstool isn't going to do it. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 corners of the earth. The earth is his footstool. These are things that I keep bringing up again and again because it matters, people. You think you're on a spinning web ball rocket? The Lord is going to stick his foot up your fucking ass. Neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. The great king, Yahawashi, Yerushalayim, the city of peace, Jerusalem. The people of peace. Jerusalem is a people before a place. And the great king, that's all of us of Yerushalayim, especially Yehuda, the Judites. Because we come under the auspices of our king. Slovakia. Oh, that was nice. That was just wonderful. I'm not editing. Oh. All right, so swear not. And then it says, neither shall, verse 36 of Matthew 5, we're in Yahawashi, speaking boldly on the Sermon on the Mount. Neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou cannot make one hair white or black. So all you freaks that think swearing by your head, oh, covered, uncovered, coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out. You can't change the color of your hair. You can't change anything. It's his head, because thou cannot make one hair white or black. Do not swear by thy head. You got a hat on. You can't prophesy with your hat on. Yahawashi saying, pull your head out of your But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay, for whatever so is more than these cometh of evil. That's what Esau does. He's evil because his yes means no, his no means yes, and his maybe means yes, and his no means maybe, and his yes means maybe, and maybe the gun jammed. Maybe it didn't. Did it jam or not, you fuckheads? Slovakia. So what it says down here about communication. And see, very seldom will I go back and go, I made a mistake. I have to change what I said. Whatever the Lord tells me to tell you, I'm sticking with it. Whoever needs to hear it, they can either figure it out or throw it away, whatever you need to do. But most everything that comes out of my mouth is brought with holy intent. So even though it comes off sometimes as, what the fuck is he talking about? That doesn't make any sense. Well, it doesn't make any sense to you, and it's even sometimes I wonder why I said it too. But I'm trusting in that what I say is what he wants me to say. So I'm not, that's why these guys, GMS doesn't put me up there and go, he said this, he said that, because basically what I'm saying is true. So when it says your yes be yes and your no be no, it says the disciple is to speak. Let me pull this up. I can't see. Don't mind the cough on the sweater. Swear not at all. We were talking about cursing recently, and Vocab Malone, man, I thought he was saying some right things, but now I'm seeing he's another one that's fucking swaying all the way over here to this other side. It's like GMS is way over here and he's way over there, but the truth cuts right down the middle. His command to swear not at all. This does not have reference to cursing as such, but to oath-taking. The disciple is to speak the truth in such a way that his yes means yes and his no means no. Let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. When you say yes, make sure that is what you mean. When you say no, make sure that is what you mean. Mean what you say what you mean. Anything that is more than a simple affirmation of truth cometh of evil. An affirmation of truth. So did I say some things that sounded strange last night about the blood and about the doorposts and about your heart and about this everyday walk that you should have every day? It's not just Easter, it's not just Christmas. That causes shenanigans in your mind. You're like, oh, I'm really thinking about him today, and you come and you try and bring offerings and sacrifice on 2 days a year or 3, whatever it is. The Lord is cracking up at you. Every day's Christmas. Every day's Easter. Every day's resurrection. Every day we praise these things. Yes? I don't know. So with these things I was saying last night with my little friend Yasharala Yehuda, my little Judah bear or Judah lion, are true. Just because you can't understand it, or they can't understand it, or she can't understand it, or he can't understand it, doesn't mean that it's not true. Okay, so now we get on, we're going into teachings on forgiveness. Oh boy, this is where, man, teachings on forgiveness. This is where it is so difficult to properly walk the path, because this world is so wicked and people do such evil stuff. They're forcing you into a place where you basically have to bow yourself to the Lord every day and cry on your pillow because you cannot pull yourself to forgive some of this shit. The evil works in such a way that they'll do evil to you, and then it's your fault for not forgiving them. And there's truth in that. And it's right here, and it's it's like biting your own arm off. It's like chewing your own arm off. It's like, how do you, if your right hand offends you, cut it off. It's about what it says. Listen, teachings on forgiveness, verse 38 of Matthew 5. We're still in Matthew 5. From what I know, it's the Sermon on the Mount. It's a bunch of Yahawashi speaking word of truth. You've heard that it has been said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you that you resist not evil. What's it say about evil? 39. Resist not an evil person. Resist not an evil person. What? That you resist not an evil person, but whoever shall smite thee on the right cheek, turn him the other also. Hey, thanks for fucking me. Fuck me again, please. Wow. There's some hardcore doctrine for you. That's where GMS is fucking wagging the dog, man. Oh, we have the right. Oh, Esau, we're going to get revenge. No, dummies. What does Yahawashi? What does your king tell you? Turn the other cheek. Ouch. I understand. I don't like evil either. I fucking hate evil people. Is it going to be my downfall? Probably. I don't know how to turn the other cheek too well. I've done it over and over again because my Lord basically puppeted me to just let him win. You wonder why I'm so fucking sketchy? You know how many times he's put me through these? That's a test. And I've failed it many times, believe me. Whoever shall smite you on the right cheek, turn him also the left. Smite means slap. And if any man will sue thee, verse 40, at the law, and take away, this shit cracks me up, take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also. So that's where I'm at right now. Let me see how much time I got. I'll be back.